Hi, I'm Mary Ellen from Cary, North Carolina. I just wanted to give a very bad review on Lana Addison Bridal, and I just don't trust this bridal salon. My daughter and I'm going to give you the facts, and you can get your own opinion on things, but I just felt like $981 was just ripped off from me in a millisecond, and I want you to understand before you go into any bridal suite, any bridal salon, what you're getting into, and don't use Lana Addison Bridal. Anyway, so my daughter and I went in December to get a dress for her wedding in June. We had a nice time, got dresses, she picked one out. They said they insisted on a rush order for a dress that is 6 months, ahead in the future, not wanting it. And she had on a size 10, and they did the measurement saying that she'd be good with a 12, but professionally they had to say a 14. Anyway, I asked them, hey, I'm traveling, what do I do if I want to order it over the phone? They said, no problem, we'll give you a credit card authorization form, and you can sign that in place. You can email us back in place of a signature. And I'm like, okay. So I gave them the next day, we talked it over, and I called up, gave them my credit card number, and I expected to see the email back. Since I was traveling, I only looked at my email pretty much towards the end of the day, and at close to I saw 3 emails from them, and the first one was the invoice. The second one was, it said, please email us back confirming this authorization and approving your daughter's gown purchase as we have placed it today in the past tense. And I'm like, oh my God. The third one said, once you review, please confirm that you have given authorization and approval of this charge in your daughter's gown to be ordered by us as we are placing this order today. So that was after the previous one. Basically, they ordered it before I even saw the invoice and knew all of the stipulations. I was panicked. I called them immediately. I sent them an email. They didn't answer the phone. So I sent them an email, 2 emails, in fact, one that said wait on the credit card authorization, and one that said before we sign this, we want to change the size from 14 to size 12 because they had put on the wrong size, and they had added the rush order on it, which I didn't want. So they called me after the emails, and they said, well, we really need the size 14. I said, no, I do not, because I figured it's guaranteed alterations, and the alterations are an average of $800 in that salon. So I said, no, I want the 12, but you know what? They kept insisting on the 14, said, we'll keep it the 14. And I go, listen, you're going to need to tell Dakota, my daughter, why you are saying you need to have the size 14. And until that happens, I'm not authorizing it. They were able, they said, well, we're just going to keep it the size 14. We were finally able to get up with Dakota and the Lana Addison Bridal, and they were telling Dakota why the size 14. And she said, no, I wanted the size 12. And that was when I said, that's it. I'm canceling everything. I don't, if you're going to haggle on this, I just do not want anything. I'm not giving my authorization for this order. And they said, well, we're going to have to call you back. So they called back, and they said, oh, well, we'll change it to a 12, and we'll take off the rush order. I said I was canceling. I did not want to work with a company that would do that. And they also said that I needed to have an authorization form if I wanted the size 12 to say that they were not responsible if it didn't fit. I said, bring it on. I never saw the changed invoice of a size 12, and I never saw the authorization for me to say it was a size 12. I had just said cancel. Well, right after that, I put a stop or a dispute on the credit card because they had already ordered it. And I knew all sales were final, and deposits were final, but I'd never authorized it to happen. So then I got a document from the credit card company saying that they had reversed the charge. And 3 weeks later, I then get another notice from the credit card company saying that Lana Addison Bridal had put in a rebuttal to what the decision was. And the things that they said in here were really shocking to me. The next day, her mother, Mary Ellen, called to place the phone order for the dress. She gave my manager her credit card number to verbally authorize the deposit amount of $891.98. Apparently my emails weren't even needed. They just charged whatever they wanted to charge on my credit card. The other thing they said was that Dakota's, my daughter's custom gown order was placed with our designer on Wednesday, December 20th in a size 12 as requested per the email on Wednesday when I gave the email. And they were still arguing with me a day and a half later on the size 14. They said they were going to keep it the size 14. They did not change it to a size 12. I never got authorization from them that I personally had wanted the size 12. Apparently I had to have some authorization form. I didn't have that. And I never saw a completed receipt, an invoice saying that they had changed it to a size 12 at that time. This is from Alexia Joyce. This is the co-owner of Lana Addison Bridal. She said, this order was placed with a complimentary rush to arrive in time for her June wedding. This order is a custom order and it cannot be canceled. I had said no to the rush, but now I believe when I looked at the receipt, the only thing under custom was that it was a rush order. I believe they push having the rush order so that they could say it was a custom order and cannot be returned. This was simply a change of to order a dress in a size. It was not a custom order, in my opinion. So I felt like they had lied to me on that they had put in the 12. No, they had not. We were haggling on the 14. They never sent me an authorization form saying I would do the 12. And they also, I believe that the size 14 was just so that alterations were certain and that they would not be responsible for that dress. And the reason for the rush, just to make it a custom order. I was livid. I just got to say I'm really disgusted with Lana Addison Bridal, and I would not trust them. So if you have any comments or something that happened to you, especially with this particular bridal salon, please write your comments. You know, we all need to be educated when we go out with our daughters to have a wonderful time shopping for a wedding. And I hope you learned something from this. Thank you.